everybody! So for this week's art video, I'm going to do a flip through of the first 10 days of Inktober. Unfortunately, all the videos this month are going to kind of be like this because it's really the only way I can factor in doing Inktober and YouTube and working this month. But that's okay. I've been very excited with the prompts this year. I've done some really good drawings already, and I think it'll be good. So, for those of you who don't follow me on other social media, I have been posting all of my Inktober pieces daily on Twitter and Instagram, as well as my personal Facebook page, like if you're someone who knows me in real life. But some of you may not follow me there, so I figured it'd be good to share my Inktober pieces with you on here as well. But actually recording a process video is not something I can do, because some of these I've done at work. So yeah, so I will show you. I showed you the sketchbook and my supplies and my Inktober supply video, which I will link in the description below. So here's day one. I took my prompt list, I printed it out, and I taped it in case, like, I brought this with work, and I was like, oh, what's the prompt today? So, day one was Zombie Witch. This one I got really excited for. I did some sketches in my sketchbook, in my regular sketchbook right now, to try to figure out what to do, and I came up with... And I also looked at, like, zombie pictures online, too, to kind of get an idea. So, basically, my story for this was a witch who tried to use magic to, like, extend her life. So, mentally, she's still alive and aware, but her body's kind of falling apart. That was the idea. And, yeah, it's gruesome, but that's how it worked out. So, lined it with my Pentel Pocket Brush Pen. I used my Kuretake Fude pen, and... yeah, this was Copic marker, which actually started to dry out, so it was good I had the Blick Studio black marker. I need to get refills for that, because I'm probably going to use a lot of that. Ink wash for the face, and then the gold pen for the eyes, and then I did white highlights. Fun story about this one, my original post to Facebook, where I actually titled it as Zombie Witch, and I posted it on Facebook directly, it got removed for, community guideline infraction. Like, I think someone tagged it. It might have been the word zombie, I think, because I reposted it later that day without typing zombie and nothing happened. So I think the zombie got it taken down, which is kind of stupid because it's like it's October, but that happened. All of my Inktober pieces on Facebook now have been shared directly from Instagram, even with all the titles and everything in it, and nothing's happened so far, so I do think it was the zombie that got it removed. So that was fun. Yay, Facebook. Pirate Witch. Didn't really have a story with this one. I was mostly thinking about texture. When I did the ink wash in her jacket, I tried to use paper towels to, like, lift it and do weird textures. It didn't exactly work, though. Probably because I'm using mixed media paper and ink. So it doesn't quite function the same way. But as a result, I'm still pretty happy with it. The design's a little basic, but I like how the feather turned out. And I do really like using the gold with the black and the white, so I had fun with it. It wasn't looking really witch to me originally in my sketch because her hair came up all the way, but then I put the bandana on and I was like, okay, that looks more piratey. But the hat's still kind of floating weird. But these are all quick pieces. I don't think I spent more than an hour and a half on any of them, which is kind of the point. So, at least for mine, I really can't dedicate hours to a piece the way some people have been able to do this month. Insect Witch for day 3. I had a lot of fun with this one. I originally was like, what am I going to do for Insect Witch? I can't come up with anything, and I just started doodling an outfit, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if, like, her cape looked a bit like insect wings? So it's kind of supposed to, like, mimic, like, a moth or a butterfly, but obviously moths and butterflies have less wing parts, I guess. I think it's 4 most of them have, and this has a lot more, but the design is there, and she's got her little bug catching net, and there's supposed to be fireflies there, but it's kind of hard to see from a distance. But I had fun with this one. I kind of liked doing, like, the overalls with the shorts and then the tights, I guess, or whatever. I just kind of played around with the outfit, but I did like this one. Fertility Goddess. I wasn't sure what to do with this one. I was like, what do you do for fertility? So I drew a pregnant lady, and I tried looking up symbols of, like, fertility, and I put a few in there. Like, she's got this, like, glowing lotus on her belly. The belly is supposed to be bare, by the way. Some people thought it's a full dress, but the belly's bare, and she's got a top and a skirt, but it doesn't really show well in ink wash, especially because I made, like, the same level of shading on the actual outfit and her skin, but that was my own fault. And then she's got an egg-shaped necklace for fertility, but beyond that, I didn't really have a lot of ideas for it, so I kind of went basic and then just kind of went crazy with the gold pen for this one. Vampire Witch. This one was a bit of a struggle originally because I wasn't sure what to do. I wound up drawing one of my OCs, actually. Kind of. It's loosely based on one of them. My main character's mother, so I was kind of going through the old drawings I had of her and modifying it, so yeah, I don't know if this is what her outfit's going to look like in the story that I still need to work on, but that's who this is supposed to be based on, is an OC of mine, so. And again, had a lot of fun with that gold pen. That gold marker is amazing. It smells kind of strongly of, like, alcohol when you use it, though, or whatever the actual binding liquid is that lets it work. Yeah, it kind of smells, but it looks really good when you use it. It's actually fairly easy to use, so. Masquerade Witch. This one has to be one of my favorite ones I've done yet, and depending on how the rest of the month goes, this might be one of the best pieces that I do this month. I had a lot of fun with this one. I did a lot of Googling, looking at references of women wearing masquerade masks, and this is sort of a combination of like 4 of them. The mask shape is actually based off of a mask I have that I bought at like a dollar store like years ago. The pose is from one picture, the hair is from another picture, embellishments on the mask including the feathers are from another one, and then I just kind of went nuts. But I really like how this one turned out. It's one of my cleanest ones. The line art looks really good. Definitely turning this one into a print for artist alleys and stuff. I just got to scan it and clean it up. That's something I'm going to do in November when Inktober's done, is picking the best ones, cleaning them up, and deciding which ones to use for prints in the future. But this one's one of my favorites so far, so yeah. Cyberpunk Witch. Drawing like technology and stuff is not my strong suit, so I had to do a little bit of I did a little research, and I'm still like not 100% sold on the idea, but it's basically a robot, or a cyborg, I guess. A cyborg, I think, is more fitting, on this tablet. I don't really know what makes it witchy except for her outfit, but it's really all I could come up with. And since I was having wires come into her, I thought it'd be cool if she had dreads. So yeah, I don't know. It fits the prompt, but I'm not crazy about it, mostly because this isn't really a particular style or subject that I really draw much, so. But it worked. It fit the theme, so yeah. Artist Witch. This one was okay. It's very basic. She's got a witch hat and a sketchbook. I didn't exactly go far out of the box with this one. I was struggling with this one, and as a result of the struggle, I definitely had a lot of mistakes. Her head's way too big. Her hat's even bigger. The anatomy's got some issues, but it fits the prompt, and I was able to actually do something for the day. So, you know, doing 31 drawings in 31 days, not all of them are going to be amazing. Some of them are not going to be as good as the others, but at least I did something, so. Beach Witch. I was originally going to do like something underwater, but then I was like, I don't really feel like doing like a mermaid or something, so I just got her in a bathing suit next to the water, and there's fish and stuff. I do like how it kind of turned out, though. I think the actual underwater scene could have had more involved with it, but her pose is good. I like her outfit. I like her hat and her hair and stuff, and the line art turned out pretty good. Excuse me. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. This one's one of my favorites. This is Avian Witch. So I was struggling with ideas for a while. I was thinking if I was going to draw like just a lady with wings. I'm like, that's kind of boring. So I was actually kind of reminded of one of the characters in the movie 9 that came out in 2009. It's those little canvas cloth doll things. One of the characters had a bird skull that she used as a mask, and I was like, oh, it's really cool. So I wound up looking up bird skulls. This is actually a crow, and then I just did crow feathers, or they're supposed to be crow feathers. on top of the mask, and then I went crazy with the gold again and her hair, and I used my Copic SB multi-liners to do like some dot work to try to like do some of the shapes on here. So I did some different things with the actual line art that I usually don't do, and I really like how it turned out. So my only complaint is I kind of wish I had pushed the shadows and the feathers a little more, because from a distance they kind of read as the same tone. But I can always do that in Photoshop if I decide to turn this into a print or something. So, yep. And actually, that's day 10. I have drawn more than that by now, but I'm cutting this into 10 days for each video to make it nice and even. But yeah, so that's the first part of Inktober, first 10 days. And if you want to see what I've done since then, check out my Twitter and my Instagram. And I will be back next week to show you the next 10 days, and then the week after to show you the last of Inktober and my final thoughts. So yeah, if you guys are doing Inktober, let me know in the description below what prompts are you doing, in the comments below, sorry. Let me know what prompts you're doing, and maybe I'll check your guys' stuff out, because I've seen a lot of really cool stuff so far this year, and I'm excited to see what everyone else is doing. Anyway, that does it for this week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!